All right, guys, in this video, we're going to talk why low-calorie sugar substitutes are bad for you. Let's get into it. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel where we get on the grind and improve your mind. So in this video, as I said, we're going to talk about these low-calorie sugar substitutes. And we're going to go into a Twitter post that we found. We're going to share the screen with you guys so you guys can see what we're talking about. We're going to talk about why you probably should not be consuming this. So let's pull it up.
Yep, so let's go into the article real quick. Let me throw it up, and there it is. So let's get into this article. It says, horrifying new study indicates that popular sugar substitutes worsen your memory. Oof, that's terrible.
I do like my memory.
Yeah, I already have terrible memory as it is. Using laboratory models, scientists discovered that ingesting FDA-approved levels of saccharin, ACE-K, and stevia early in life may result in many changes to the body, including brain areas linked to memory and reward-motivated behavior. Early life high-sugar diets have been linked to impaired brain function, but what about low-calorie sugar substitutes? According to recent research, they could have a negative impact on developing gut and brain. Researchers from the University of Southern California, Dornsife College of Letters, Arts, and Sciences report that adolescents who consumed the low-calorie sweeteners saccharin, ACE-K, and stevia showed long-term memory impairment in a study that was recently published in the journal JCI Insight. The results are consistent with other studies that demonstrated sustained memory impairment in adolescent rats who consume sugar.
Which you should not be consuming.
Yeah, sugar bad. Consuming low-calorie sweeteners also affected metabolic signaling in the body, which can lead to diabetes and other metabolism-related diseases. Rats that ate low-calorie sweeteners as adolescents were less inclined to work for sugar as adults, but they ate more sugar if it was readily accessible, which is another factor that may influence the chance of developing metabolic disease. Why it matters. There is a broad range of advice on what to eat and when to consume it. According to the researchers, information from studies like these may aid consumers and medical professionals in making better decisions at all stages of life. While our findings do not necessarily indicate that someone should not consume low-calorie sweeteners in general, they do highlight that habitual low-calorie sweetener consumption during early life may have unintended, long-lasting impacts, said Scott Kanowski, associate professor of biological sciences at USC Dornsife. Now pretty much everything here before we continue pretty much is stating that there is a correlation between when you consume these low calorie sugar substitutes at an early age, you have an increased chance of pretty much having memory loss and having these diseases of pretty much memory loss, like Alzheimer's and stuff like that. Is at least that's what I'm seeing here, as well as also having the chance of getting things like diabetes and all these other metabolic diseases. And that sucks. That actually is terrible, especially when you start early at like a younger age. That's probably not something you want to, not wanting to have to go through.
Yeah, what we try to preach on this channel is that people consume whole natural foods from the earth and not stuff that's like man-made and man-induced. Like, we don't want to keep consuming things that are made in factories and things that are trying to trick our bodies into thinking that it's sugar, but it's really not. We're just sending our body these false signals that are not true. And I don't believe that it's effective, like, to make us better. I really think we need to stick to the foods that are from the earth, natural meats, grass-fed, grass-finished, right, that we promote on this channel. You know, even like potatoes that are organic, or just stuff, you know, maybe apples from a tree, right, as best you can, you know, wash your fruit. But you want to be consuming things mostly that are just completely natural and organic and just from the earth, that have not been tampered with by whatever, right? Because, you know, that's what humans are made to do. We've survived on it for so many years, millions of years, and it's not so different now, right? It's something that we need to really keep in mind. We need to stop eating all these processed foods that we're making. And a lot of companies, especially the keto companies and vegan and all that, they try to put out these products that use a lot of different low-calorie sugar substitutes and all that. So, but we need more research than this to the future to find out what it's really doing to us. But if it's not natural from the earth, you probably shouldn't trust it. It's just better to stick to natural foods and stay away from sugar, of course, because we don't need that. Eating meats and getting your electrolytes should be enough. And get your high fat foods, get your omega 3s, and get all your important health foods today and your superfoods. It doesn't necessarily always have to be meat for everybody, but you want to get stuff that is just completely natural. And, a lot of these products that you see on the shelves now that are marketed as keto friendly and all these healthy foods, a lot of them are not as good as you think they are because they're using just a little bit of a different kind of ingredients that may not be giving you the best results. A lot of these foods, they're meant to taste sweet. So it can confuse your body to thinking that it's sweet, but it might be doing other damage that we do need to research more. As time goes on, I'm sure more research will be done on that. But you just really want to stick to whole natural foods unless it's like maybe a cheat meal once in a while, sure. But just be careful what you're consuming. Once again, always be reading the ingredients on all these products and make sure you research what you're eating before you consume it.
Exactly. Now let me finish out this article real quick, and then we'll have some more discussion on it. So it says what it means for humans. While most studies of low-calorie sweeteners focus on one substance and use amounts far exceeding the norm, researchers made sure the study was in line with real-life conditions for people. Sweeteners tested included saccharin, ACE-K, which is the acesulfame potassium, and stevia, which are commonly used in sweetened foods. The amount of sweetener consumed fell within FDA-approved guidelines for humans. I'm appreciative of these people who are experimenting and doing these specific tests to try to make it in line with how people actually try to consume things and pretty much blindly consume things. So a lot of people don't realize how much they actually consume of certain things like these. And so it's good to know that they're putting a lot of these different variables into account. It's good to know that they're trying to figure everything out that they can with these types of low calorie sweeteners. I feel like like Andrew was saying before, if it's not something that you can naturally find somewhere, it's probably not something that you should be consuming. And that includes certain low calorie sweeteners, and that includes ones that they say that are okay for certain lifestyles like keto or whatever, to replace whatever specific sugars or whatever that they want you to get rid of. If it's not natural, I say just don't even bother. And them talking about the fact that you could start to gain memory loss and
Yeah, no way.
and all this other things from it, especially if you start early. Granted, a lot of people that are watching this right now probably aren't young anymore, at least as young as what they're probably trying to go for with this article. So some you might believe to be that this is not in relation to you, but I feel regardless of how old you actually are, you have that slight possibility that this might actually happen to you in the future. So you need to just understand that anything that they talk about that might be a red flag or a danger could happen to you regardless of your age or your specific situation that you're in.
Yeah, guys. So we ask you just please watch what you're eating, no matter what. I just don't trust these low calorie sugar substitutes. I just don't trust them. Not in your coffee, not ever. Just stick to what's natural. Stick to what you know is to be true, what your body wants, what your body reacts to well. Then make sure you stay on the grind. So if you guys like this video, definitely hit the like button on it and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Definitely hit that subscribe button. Also, leave a comment below on what you think on these low-calorie sugar substitutes. And if you guys like our content, you can donate to the Cash App link in the description. We put a lot of hard work to these videos, so anything is appreciated. And with that said, we're going to see you guys in the next video.